pay-per-view weekend. But not for any of the companies that you expect, because this is probably the first Impact pay-per-view that I am watching in the longest time possible. And is it mainly because that we could be walking home with a double champion? Yes. Welcome to our Impact Rebellion predictions. Impact at school, so we gotta wait to do Impact stuff for a couple weeks. But here on this lovely sheet of paper, I have every single match that's happening. So here we go. So for the Impact Women's Tag Team Championships, it is My Girls Fire and Flavor versus Jordynne Grace, and announced on Impact Rachel Ellering. I love that they hired Rachel. Rachel was out with a knee injury, so that's why she wasn't really in any of the promotions. But this is a huge grab by Impact. She is so talented. So, way to go, Impact. But I'm gonna go with Jordynne Grace and Rachel Ellering. I feel like Jordan's been on such a roll right now in the tag team division, and I feel like Fire and Flavor have really done a nice job with the women's tag titles. But it's time to put those titles on Jordynne Grace and Rachel Ellering. I mean, what a comeback for Rachel Ellering, right? Right? Next, we have Chris Sabin, Eddie Edwards, James Storm, and Willie Mack versus Violent by Design. Now, this was kind of interesting because I feel like Eric Young for the past couple of years have just been in stables, which I don't mind. I love Eric Young. He's a cool dude. But I don't know, because I've been following on Twitter. So I feel like the faces are gonna win here. I mean, you can't go wrong with Eddie Edwards, Chris Sabin, James Storm, Willie Mack. I mean, that's a hell of a team right there. So much talent. Violent by Design is also a really talented team. Eric Young is really leading the younger generation into Impact. But I'm gonna go with the faces. I'm gonna go with Chris Sabin, Eddie Edwards, James Storm, and Willie Mack. And I'm even gonna guess that Willie Mack is going to be the person that pins Eric Young, one of the members from Violent by Design. I don't want to say Eric Young because I don't think it's going to be him, but I think Willie Mack is going to be the person that gets the victory for his team. Then, in a last man standing match, it is Trey Miguel versus Sami Callihan. Now, this is technically Sami's wheelhouse. I mean, he is known for just being violent, stipulation galore. So, since it's his wheelhouse, I'm going to go with Sami Callihan. I feel like this is going to be a really good match, and this has a lot of different stipulations. We have an 8-man tag team match, we have a triple threat, we have Matt Cardona and Brian Myers, it's pick your own poison, the take home the title match, so a lot of stipulations here, which I really like. But I'm gonna go with Sami. Like I said, it's his wheelhouse, it's where he feels the most comfortable. Sami Callihan. And speaking of Matt Cardona versus Brian Myers, now, I think that this is going to be a really good match just because best friends who wrestle against each other really do it best. I mean, we see that with Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, Cesaro, practically anybody. Triple H, Shawn Michaels. I don't know. See, I want to go with Brian Myers, but I'm going to go with Brian Myers. I think Brian Myers gets the win here. I don't necessarily know what pick your poison he's going to pick. I know they were teasing that it was going to be something with Chelsea Green, but they can't do that till July 14th when the 90 days are up. But I'm going to go with Brian Myers here. I think it's going to be a really good match. It's going to be a good back and forth. And this potentially has, in my mind, it's the sleeper match. I don't think too many people are paying attention to this match enough. I think it's a sleeper match that shocks everybody by surprise. Next, in a triple threat match for our X Division Championship, it is Ace Austin versus Josh Alexander versus TJP. Now, TJP, I need a lot for this. TJP is my guy. I love him. Super talented. Everything else he does outside the ring, don't agree with. But, love the man, wrestling-wise. I don't know. I mean, I'm really impressed with Ace Austin, so I'm going to go with Ace Austin. He's been really impressive, the stuff I've seen on Impact. So I'm going to go with Ace Austin. I think, like I said, this is going to be another good match. Triple threat match. All three of them are super talented in the ring. So Ace Austin is my prediction. Next, Deonna Purrazzo, my other, so it's so funny, like, looking at this list, I've, like, worked with half these people, I've met half these people in the last 6 months. My girl Deonna Purrazzo versus Tennille Dashwood. So I'm gonna assume Caleb with the K is gonna get, like, involved somehow, and try to, like, screw Deonna, but then Susan might also be getting involved here, so I don't know. But I'm gonna go with Deonna retaining. Deonna's had such a strong title reign since she got released. I think her getting released from WWE was the best thing to happen to her because she's really found herself in Impact and she's had just such incredible matches, incredible stories. So I'm gonna go with Deonna. I don't want her to lose the title just yet. I feel like with the amount of people that actually just got released and the amount of people that I believe are gonna jump the ship to Impact, or if she's going to start facing AEW wrestlers, I feel like there's so much talent there that she could work with. I think it's going to be a really good match too because Tennille is really talented. I feel like Tennille really doesn't get her due because in my opinion, like Tennille and Paige was that match that really started the Women's Revolution for WWE or just in general for wrestling. But I'm going to go with Deonna in another fantastic match and Deonna continues her historic reign as Impact Women's Champion. Then, my brothers, it is FinJuice versus the Good Brothers for the Impact Tag Team Championships. And my brothers, you must win that championship back to make all of the Elite have all the gold. This is going to be a really, I really think that all the matches on this card are going to be really good. Like, none of these matches are, I'm like, wow, this is really going to be sucky, or, damn, the storyline's just crap. I'm going to go with the Good Brothers. I think FinJuice is heading back to Japan, and I think the only reason that they put the titles on FinJuice is to be like, look, Japan, forbidden door is open. I really think they're going to like very much hone in on this Elite storyline and have all the Elite have all the gold. So I'm going to go with the Good Brothers retain, capturing championships from FinJuice in a very competitive match. And then in our main event, which Mauro Ranallo is returning to commentate. So my commentary heart is very much thriving. So it's going to be Kenny Omega versus Rich Swann, and the winner of this match will be both the Impact and AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Rich Swann's promo game was so good. Talking about just the pressure of defending Impact, just how happy he would be to get the AEW Championship, you know, defeating someone like a Kenny Omega, and even Moose returning after months saying, you know, like, this is what you need to do to beat Kenny, that you are representing Impact, you have to get the job done. But to me, if Kenny loses, that would just be really bad. Like not even storyline wise, just like in general, just like trying to like vividly think of like Kenny losing to someone not Adam Page. It just doesn't make sense to me. I very much think that the next, whatever the next TNA pay-per-view is in May or June, I think, yeah, Impact still does their monthly pay-per-views. So, whatever the next pay-per-view is, it's going to be Moose and Kenny. I think Kenny's gonna win. I think a lot of people have slept on Rich Swann, because Rich Swann has basically, like, proven himself, because he came back from he got fired, came back from a career-threatening injury, became the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, became the undisputed Impact World Heavyweight Champion, and now is facing Kenny Omega in probably the biggest match of his career. So I'm really proud of this match in general. I'm excited they're doing it. This means so much to wrestling, and I really think that AEW and Impact are going to do it right. And it's not going to be like a WCW, WWE thing. But I'm going with Kenny. I don't know. See, I can't even think of like who's going to interfere. Like, I don't know, like, is Tony going to be there? Is the Bucks going to be there? But Kenny Omega is going to be here Impact and AEW World Heavyweight Champion. That is my prediction. And probably another 5-star Kenny Omega match. But yeah, Rebellion's looking really good for Sunday. I'm actually excited. I think the last Impact pay-per-view I watched was Slammiversary last year. I think it was just to see, like, my dad and I were just wondering, like, which, like, Impact, like, WWE firings are going to be on the card. But yeah, besides that, I haven't watched an Impact pay-per-view in such a long time, so I'm actually really excited, and I'm really intrigued with a lot of the matches. And, you know, since I'm coming home soon, I get to watch Impact, which I'm really excited about. But yeah, so that's our Rebellion predictions. Like I said, I actually can't get Impact here because Access TV, I don't have it. I'm part of my school. Unless there's a way I could find it for next week. But yeah, so make sure to like this video, comment what you guys think is going to happen at Rebellion. Click the bell for notifications and subscribe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for our SmackDown review. And if things are looking the way I think it's going to be, embrace that vision. We have a new champ on our hands.